Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I wanted to talk about the right arm. I've done a few videos on the right arm, and one in particular where I got a little bit punchy towards Maude and Pete Cowen. So I wanted to go a little bit further into my right arm thoughts, feels, to endeavour to give you a little bit more consistency with the control of the face, a little bit more pressure on the golf ball, and also generate a little bit more speed in your golf swing that hopefully will make you hit it a little bit further. First of all, let's talk about the precision side of things, controlling the face angle. Now, a lot of this will come down to the hold, of course. Now, if you've watched enough of my content, you will know my passion about good golf grips. But I always go on about the left hand. I did a little video about the backswing and about the right hand and how much the grip on the right hand wants to sit into the fingers. So I'm going to move on from that. Go check those videos out because I think you will really learn a great deal from that and the importance of a good hold. In terms of precision with controlling the face, the direction where the face is pointing, I'm going to pretend that all things are equal. You're going to deliver the golf club with some nice angles of attack with a decent path. And then I'm going to start to talk about how you might want to make that face angle reliably come back pointing in the same direction. So when we think about an address with the right hand and how we place it on the golf club, first of all, we've got the right elbow. The right elbow has a huge influence on where the hand sits on the golf club. Now, there's a lot of you that will have worked on tucking the right arm in as such like that to get your path from the inside. Now, as you will know, that's garbage. That tucking your right arm and trying to get the path from the inside is the way forwards. Please don't do that, please. We need to understand, though, that the right elbow, in terms of how it hangs on the golf club, or hangs from the shoulder and is placed on the golf club, we want to get the right elbow feeling like it's a little bit more down to the floor. The right elbow is quite crucial in the fact that we're trying to make the right arm set up in front of us, and then we're going to try to feel from the elbow downwards. We're trying to feel the right arm externally rotate. I don't really want to start to feel like I'm going to change too much with the elbow, but I do want to feel like the arm can sit a little bit more crease upwards. So once we've got the right elbow sitting more down to the ground, the orientation of the hand on the golf club will then start to have a huge impact on how you're going to feel this face works in your backswing. So if we were to have the right elbow pointing down to the right hip, let's say, and then we make a backswing, how I use my hand and my forearm is going to affect where the face points. That effect will obviously, as we come to deliver the golf club, either encourage the golf club to try to unload to square the face back up, or if the face feels turned down, it can actually make a golfer feel like they're trying to turn the right forearm under. So where you place your right hand on the golf club, where you place your right elbow at address will be a huge influence on whether you're going to be able to apply pressure with the right hand down at strike, or you're going to feel like the elbow rides in and almost the fingernails unload. Because that pressure that we're looking to apply down with both hands at strike is the ingredient that allows you to get some more angle of attack. Now in that shot there, we can see the ball's popped off to the right because the face angle was out of orientation. You can see my club path was from the inside. The angle of attack was down at 2.8. But because of the amount that I hit down, because of the amount that I allowed the pad of my hand to push down to the floor, elbow down to right elbow down to right hip, the more I pushed my right hand down to the ground, the more it will tend to open the face up. So that pressure and the orientation of the hand on the top of the golf club will give you the opportunity to either close the face or open the face. So think about when you're setting up, when you're talking about the precision at which you can place the club face back to the ball straight, think about where you've placed your right hand on the golf club, the elbow's underneath. If you were to then push your hand down to the floor, keeping the elbow pointing back at the right hip, and I was to push the handle down to the floor, if my right hand can't create the crease in the right wrist that I'm looking for, with making the face straight, your right hand grip is in the wrong place. So think about where that right hand needs to be, where the forearm rotation needs to be down at strike to make your face line back up. So that's really what you're trying to incorporate in an impact condition when it comes to the sort of from the elbow downwards, linked with where you place your hand on the golf club. Really, really important part of delivery and strike. The pressure down on the golf club, as I go on about so often with both hands, is an important asset of controlling the face. Let's talk about the power element of the right arm and what it can create in a golf swing. Now, often, and in many bygone era, we've seen golfers really talk about trying to set the golf club going back in an effort to create some more speed. For me, I think this is one, oh, nice shot, Stuart. I think this is, just got lucky. I think this is one of the areas that gets lost. Oh, and by the way, while you're watching, 65% of you are not subscribed to my channel. Do me a favor. If you've enjoyed my content, and if you're learning components about your golf swing, and I've made your weekend happier because you've gone and beaten the boys, do me a favor. Do hit the subscribe button while you're here, because I'd really like to stay with you and keep your golf moving in the right direction. Setting the golf club too much in the backswing, I believe, is a component that starts to make you lose power, not gain power. And I had a great client the other day, Peter Bennett. He was here and he's always been a guy that wants to hit it further, as we all do, right? Senior golfer, and very much from the standpoint that the bigger the backswing, the further I'm going to hit it. Making lots of wrist set, making a big backswing, but spent so much energy making these backswings that actually on the way down, he really didn't have much in the way of dynamics to use the levers to strike the golf ball. I believe that if you're looking to make more speed on the way down and through strike, we need to get the sensation that we can actually create some download in our downswing with our right arm. So our right arm needs to give way in the downswing to create speed. So no set, unload. That would be the pattern of movement that I would encourage you all to make as a backswing feel, rather than loads of set and then all of a sudden you start to throw the set away. So actually what ends up happening is in the downswing, we start to create force out this way on the head too early in the downswing, as opposed to creating that pull of the handle that I talk about so often. And as we pull the golf club, the right arm, in conjunction with feeling that you've got the face in the good orientation, the more that you load. Whew, it's amazing how often I seem to get so lucky with these shots. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, egotistical comment there. So as I set the golf club on the way down, the more I feel like I can load the golf club, the more relevant where the hand orientation is that I talked about at the start of this video must sequence up with the load characteristic in the downswing. And so if, I'm doing well today, right? So that load characteristic where the club sets on the way down as I pull the golf club is creating the speed that I'm going to start to use with leg action through strike. So whenever we're starting to get the club setting too soon on the way back, it really creates too much unload on the way down. So a great drill is with the right arm, taking it away all in one line, pulling it, making the right wrist give way. Now, when you do that, if you suddenly find yourself, not topping it, if you find yourself popping it out to the right like that, you therefore know that the face angle is incorrect. Look what just happened there. As I loaded the golf club more and the club set, look where the club head is moving as I load the golf club. The club head is moving back. Load it, the club head is moving back. Where's the handle? Is it inside or is it outside? For all of those naysayers about my what happened next video where the handle moves out in front of you. So as I load it, the club head has moved back. Now all of a sudden I can now use my body and the pressure on the handle to move that around. So that last swing there, because the face was out of orientation, the more I load the golf club, the more the club arrives from the inside, the more open the face will become. So the club will enter to the golf ball from the inside, and therefore you better make sure that the left hand and the right hand are in good spots in the golf club, on the golf club, to make this face line back up. And so you can see, as I am taking the set away, loading it more on the way down, loading it more on the way down, I'm very aware of how my golf club face needs to be all lined up. And I'm feeling that through that right forearm, through where I've placed my hand on the golf club. So then when you start to put those two things together, we can start to feel almost like I've got no set, loads of set, no set, loads of set. And that will really start to change, another super straight one, that will really start to change how you use your levers on the way down to create the speed that you're looking for down through strike. I really enjoyed that. Hope you did too. Hang around, loads more content coming. I think you'll find that's good coaching.